really happy to announce that that we are just signed an ambassadorship program with Schedulicity. Schedulicity is a scheduling app, and they've been kind enough to help us out this next year.
Yeah, we met them in LA when we did the Salon Digital Summit, and they really believed in what we were doing and how we were doing it, and so they wanted to know how they can partner up with us to even reach more listeners and give what we give.
That's right. So with our partnership with Schedulicity, we will be able to reach more hairdressers, and we'll be able to bring a lot more content and get to a lot more hair shows. So hopefully we can see you guys out there in the hair shows when we're there visiting. Yeah,
and they're going to give us some business tips throughout the podcast as well. And I'm so excited that, we're partnering up with people that believe in the same things we believe in.
Yeah, no doubt. That's pretty exciting. So anyway, Schedulicity, once again, big shout out to you, and
thank you for joining
your day off. Silly. Hey, welcome to your day off. My name is Corey, and of course I'm sitting with my best bud, Tony. What's up, buddy?
You mean your second best buddy?
My second best buddy. That's exactly
right. Yeah. I feel like I'm losing grip or track here with you.
That's right. So today we have
your best bud.
My best bud. We have my best bud, Nina Tulio, on the podcast, and we should just dedicate all Thursdays to Nina, right?
Right. Yeah.
Nina Tulio, Nina Thursday Olio,
because we don't have enough time in one podcast to get it all out of her brain.
No, she's got so much to offer. Really,
oh my God, yeah.
She's like the most well-rounded person. Just love it so much.
Thank God she's in our industry.
I know, right? Thank goodness. Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. There's an old joke.
Yeah.
So let's get in. Ready to get in?
Yeah.
Miss Nina Tulio, once again, thank you for joining us on your day off.
Hi, guys. It's so nice to be back. Well, I feel like I never left. I've been here the whole time.
That's right.
And I'm so honored. Now I'm the best bud. I have moved up in life. This is great.
I know.
I know. Right before we got on, we're like, I can't believe we've never actually met.
Right.
And
I feel like I've known you guys forever.
She's already posted you.
Yeah. That's thanks, friend. Thanks. Well, today's topic I'm looking forward to. We're doing strategic marketing, and it's something that I think in our industry is huge. How to whether it's anyway, Nina, I'm not trying to explain it. It's your show. It's the Nina Tulio show. You explain strategic marketing.
Let's get into it, Nina. So, I guess it's kind of like marketing outside of Instagram or outside of social media, right? Is that kind of more what we're going to talk about, or what it looks like to you?
Yeah, I think, we'll touch on that a little bit, but I think it's marketing that allows you to stay in front of your clients when your clients are not in front of you. So, we will talk about Instagram and Facebook, and we'll go a little old school too, but I think we can start off with maybe some email marketing campaigns, because it is so incredibly important to make sure that when your guests are not in your salon, that you stay in front of them, because it's the eyes, they kind of wonder, right? If, oh, my daughter's friend's doing hair and somebody else is doing hair, before you know it, you lose that client, right? It's so easy, so competitive. And so it's very important to make sure that you come up with a strategic email marketing campaign that will allow you to stay in front of your guests. It will remind them of things, maybe tips and tools that they can be doing when they don't see you. And there is a strategy wrapped around sending out email marketing campaigns too.
So, I've never really used, before I was in a suite situation, I never used an email marketing thing. I just didn't know how to do it or why to do it. We'll get into some of what those strategies are, but again, once we started using Schedulicity, it just kind of makes it really, really easy to do. And, there's certainly a reminder portion where you can set it up for every 6 weeks to, it'll automatically email your client to say, hey, we haven't seen you in 6 weeks. And then I know we've talked with Presley, and how she uses Schedulicity is she uses it almost like a monthly newsletter. Hey, I know you've seen that I've been all over the place. And if you follow her Instagram, every weekend she's someplace crazy or out there. So she uses it as a newsletter, and but her newsletter is also to say, hey, clients, you guys are the most important, but here's what I've been up to, but don't worry, because I got your back. So I just thought that was two cool ways to kind of do it. And the app actually, like, they hold your emails and stuff. So you just have to kind of plug it in, and then the app does the rest of the work for you. Plug in what you want to say.
That's great. If you have Schedulicity or, you're in a suite. But as a commission stylist, I never collected my clients' emails because the salon did. How would I send a newsletter that way?
Well, so the salon owner would actually send out those newsletters then. So the salon owner would be responsible for sending out 2 email marketing campaigns a month. And so that necessarily wouldn't come from the stylist, although the stylist could be featured. I like to break it down. So let's think of email marketing campaigns very strategically when you're thinking about it from a client's perspective. When you get an email and you open the email and it has a list of 50 different things and different topics, it could be very overwhelming. So what I recommend that you do is you break these emails up into 2 separate emails. So one email should be all about education. It could be about education that you have done with your team. It could be a feature on one of your stylists. It could be, you traveling around like Presley's doing, and look at what I've done, and this is how I'm going to continue to serve you because of it. It could be tutorials on how to do a braid, or how to do, a quick updo, or how to do a highlight your cheeks, or, whatever you're into in your salon. But it's all strictly about education in some way, shape, or form. Educating them even on some retail products that you got that you love, but you're educating them about it. And then the other email that would go out would be simply promotions. So promotions within the salon, new guest promotions. So if your current clients have friends and family, they need to know about your new guest promotions so they can send them your referral programs. You can drop those in there. If you have a product of the month, if you have a loyalty program, anything that you have promotion-wise, you separate them out. Because if there's so much information, the client becomes very overwhelmed. So education and promotion are 2 great ways to separate this out. And if you are a suite owner and a renter, using Schedulicity, I have to say, because I have also been using it and playing around with it, you upload your entire list. They help you do that. And sending out the reminder, the tickler, which is what you call it, the reminder to let the clients know, like, boom, I haven't seen you in 4 to 6 weeks. Where have you been? Come on in and see us. But also sending out these email marketing campaigns are so incredibly easy with Schedulicity as well. And you can set it up as a newsletter, just like Presley's doing. So stay in front of your clients, even when your clients are not in front of you.
Boom. Jinx.
I love that. Isn't there like a marketing role? Actually, Tony, I think you're the one that told me it. Isn't there a marketing role like you should, reach out to your clients X amount of times per year, even when you're not seeing them?
That you should reach out to them? I mean, I'm not sure how many times. I don't know that statistic. Shame on me.
I thought it was like, you should reach out to them.
It was a while ago when we talked about it, but you should reach out to them, or you should touch them X amount of time to build that relationship, to make it more of a personal relationship with your clients.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it's been so long, I forget that number. So shame on me too. So
yeah.
I remember that conversation.
If anyone's listening and knows those numbers, then hit us up in our I don't know, DM us or when we post this, put it up there.
I mean, 2 times I feel is great. 2 times a month. You don't want to overdo it where you're sending something every week, because if they don't find value in the content, they're going to unsubscribe.
Right.
So you have to be very mindful of how many emails you're sending out and what the content is. It has to be geared toward what the benefits are to them, right? As the guest coming in, as the client. And then, a little bit of promotion and talking about education and what you guys have been doing, but that also talks about how you're serving them. So I think if you're going to go overboard and do, once a week could be a little bit much. And that's why I think 2 times is kind of the key, the sweet spot, where it could be in the beginning of the month and in the middle of the month, or in the beginning and at the end. And you're just kind of staying in front of them, and you're letting them know what's going on in your world, in your business, and how they could continue to see you. Maybe you've added on new services. These are all things that you want to talk about. And email marketing campaigns are actually, they're more effective nowadays with, the open rate. on the email marketing campaigns are actually higher than the viewership that you would get on, say, Instagram or Facebook. Typically, if you're lucky, you'll get about 5% of your followers and friends that will see what you're sharing on Instagram and Facebook. But on email marketing campaigns, you can get anywhere between 17, 20, 23% of an open rate, meaning they're looking at what you're sending them with your email marketing campaigns. So now you don't want to just pick one or the other. You have to do both, right? But you're going to get a lot of viewership and people seeing your content through an email marketing campaign as opposed to just doing Instagram and Facebook. They go very, very well hand in hand.
I love that. Even when you were saying to do a tutorial and stuff, I mean, I guess you would just have to link the video or something.
On your YouTube page, you could just pop the video in because there's ways that you can add the video or add a link. And those quick, if you're going to do a tutorial, keep it quick, less than 5 minutes, because people lose their attention span. They're not going to pay attention to a 15-minute video. But yes, give them information and things that they could do, how they can take care of their hair at home, little tricks with static, anything like that you feel will be beneficial to them, because the more information you feed them, the better and stronger your relationship comes, and the more they view you as an expert in your industry. So that's the way that you want to position yourself with these email marketing campaigns.
Love that. Love that so much.
Yeah.
Let's go old school, mama. Let's talk about like face-to-face networking and stuff like that. First off, where would you go to do face-to-face networking? And we'll get into it. Go.
So I am all about face-to-face networking. I feel like I love human connection. That's why I love doing in-salon education. I love Instagram and Facebook too, but there's something about that real, human connection and that communication that you make when you meet someone. So what I recommend doing, so there's a couple ways that you can do this. Obviously, you've got business cards in hand. If you've taken my online program, you've got VIP cards in hand, right? These are things that you are equipped with when you're going out on the town. There are a lot of ways that you can meet people, but if you want to be strategic about it, I recommend going to where your perfect target client is hanging out. So I found that makeup counters in Macy's or in Nordstrom are key. Those are perfect target clients for a lot of you. And so going to the makeup counter and literally just, if you're there to buy some makeup, you just start having a conversation. And, oh, by the way, I'm a hairstylist. Boom, I'd love to do your hair. It's that easy. That's one area. You can also go to a networking event. If you're part of your chamber of commerce, they have a lot of groups, networking groups. They have one specifically for young professionals. They have women's groups, which is like, boom, my target market. I was involved with the Women's Business Council in my town back home in Pennsylvania, and I sat on the board of the Women's Business Council, and guys, hands down, was one of the top ways I have built my business, was from the connections and the relationships with those women that I made. So get out there and handshake and meet people. And the good thing about that is you can literally choose who you want to be in your chair. You scan the room, set a goal. How many people am I going to talk to tonight? 5 people. Great. I'm going to hand out 5 cards tonight. And you just pick and choose, like, oh, I get a good vibe. I get a good feeling. Good. This looks like my perfect target client. I'm going to talk to them tonight. And you set a goal for yourself and do this. Now, obviously, you can't just use one avenue. It can't be just, face-to-face networking without the Instagram and Facebook or the website, right? They all go hand in hand. But I think old school networking and meeting face-to-face is coming back around. Or maybe it's me because I keep talking about it because I think it's, maybe I'm willing it into existence.
He's manifesting it for the whole industry.
Right.
I think it's important to get in front of people, and nothing beats that energy and that vibe when you meet someone. They're like, I'm going to come and see you because you're freaking awesome and I want to sit in your chair. It's hard to do that on Instagram and Facebook. You can to a certain point, but it's different. It's a different connection.
I love that. It's such great advice,
Absolutely. Especially if you're trying to build your clientele, build your book.
Absolutely. And by doing that, you're using Instagram to support you in the true sense of support, right? It's going to support, send people to your Instagram to say, hey, this is the work that I do, but that's after the handshake and the look how cool this person is, as opposed to the other way around, right?
Exactly.
So that's really awesome. Nina, you talked about like marketing funnels, using your Instagram and your Facebook, and that was an intriguing name for it. So tell us about your your funnel, your marketing funnel.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different funnels that people talk about in terms of marketing, but there is a system, if you will, that when you meet someone, they obviously, if you're meeting them face to face, they meet you, they like you initially, they get a good vibe and feeling. Then what do you think they're going to do? They're going to look at your business card that you gave them, and they're going to stalk you on Instagram and Facebook and go check out your website. So now they're going to dive into you a little bit deeper. And the tools that we have on Facebook and Instagram are so incredible because they are a business card. They're a digital business card, right? I mean, that's really what it's like, a billboard for your business. And even when people get a referral, if someone refers me to someone, the first thing I'm going to do is check out their Insta, their Facebook, and their website. Because now, because I didn't meet them face to face, I need to check for myself to see if their vibe and energy and what they're putting out is going to be for me.
Right.
So I think it is so incredibly important to have your Instagram and Facebook, obviously, be brand consistent and have a marketing plan around, a strategic marketing plan around how you're posting the content that you're putting out and using your brand personality to speak volumes to the clients that you're trying to attract. So it's not just like I wake up every morning and say, ooh, this looks pretty, I'm going to post this today. No, I have to have a plan of action and say, if I'm a blonde specialist, I'm going to lay out all of my blondes for this 1 week. And they're not all going to look the same because there has to be some diversity and dimension in there. And I'm going to post this today, this tomorrow, this the next day. And I'm going to tell my clients the benefits of why they should come and see me because I am a blonde specialist and what I'm going to do for them that's going to be different than everybody else. So it's the content that goes behind it. And then the personality behind it has to match who you are. Is your brand personality funny? Is it cheeky? Is it more conservative? Is it sarcastic? Because the person that you're representing on Instagram and Facebook and your website has to be the person that they meet when they come in, right? It can't be the total opposite. So I think utilizing all of these platforms, you're meeting people, you're meeting them face to face. Now you're talking to them on Instagram and Facebook. Now they're dropping into your DMs, right? And now you're having those conversations. Now they're on your website, and now finally they land in your chair, and now it's keeping them. And that's where then the follow-up comes in with the email marketing campaigns and staying in front of them. So it's kind of a whole package, really.
You know what just went through my head too, and like this is probably like a duh, but your email marketing, you're staying connected with the clients that you already have, where everything else you're bringing the clients in the door. I know, right? It's totally duh, but that was just the big thing that like came out. You know what? It's continued marketing.
Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, I mean, and this is what I share, you are using Instagram and Facebook and face-to-face marketing and referral programs and all of that to attract your clients. You're using your email marketing campaigns to keep those clients. So you're keeping them in front of you, but you're also educating them along the way. And so you're driving that relationship deeper and deeper and like, wow, I love what they're saying. I love what they're putting out. I want to get my friends to go there, but you keep that momentum and that conversation and that dialogue going, even when they're not in front of you.
Dude, you are just like blowing me away today. There's so much good out of this 30 minutes,
Yeah. And, it's advice that, especially if I was a young hairdresser, it's great advice for no matter where you are in your industry, trying to build your clientele. But as a young hairdresser, I mean, these are like big bombs, big nuggets.
Completely. And they're all kind of pretty easy to do too, right? Especially if you use like an app like Schedulicity or
especially when you're young. I mean, as an older hairdresser, you know what I mean? I'm kind of challenged when it comes to technology. So
well, that's a whole nother podcast.
Right, yeah.
but that's it. Nina, once again, we're blown away by you. Just
thank you so much.
To give and just awesome. I appreciate all this.
Yeah, thank you
I
for
now
your
have
generosity.
I now have a why. That's that's the word I was missing. Like for the email marketing, like now I have a why. Which is so silly.
Yes, use that why.
Use that why, exactly. Nina, thank you again, and thank you very, very much for joining us on your day off. Hey, so there it is. Hey, this is a message that we've been trying to bring, I don't know, for the last couple of months, actually since we started the podcast. Hey, so if you like the podcast or if you find that it's useful, please leave us a review, a 5-star review on iTunes. Leave us a rating and a review.
But if you don't like it, forget about it.
Yeah, totally forget about this message. We also want to thank Sarah and Blaine from Pretty Gritty. Sarah and Blaine, they are a band out of Portland, Oregon, and we just want to thank them very much for allowing us to use their song, Pleased to Meet You, on our podcast. That's cool. I think you can find their music on iTunes.
Peace and hair grease.